work. I wanted to do like a moving vlog where I actually like do something outside, but it's way too windy for that. And I think I could do something better at the house.
This is actually what I had in mind for our vlog today, which is the pros and cons of vlogging with your cell phone. I actually like, there's a couple of different things that I like and don't like about vlogging with my cell phone. So let's go through it. What we're going to do, we're going to start with the cons, because I like to start off negatively, because I want to end it on a positive note, because positive things is what really matters today, because we're always surrounded by a lot of bad stuff. So let's get those guys out of the way. The cons. The cons for it are pretty cool, but there are a lot of challenges of vlogging on your cell phone. First one, for con number one. Sensor size. Sensor size is a real big problem for me, especially. Even if you have an iPhone or an Android, sensor size actually does affect your quality in low light situations. So it doesn't matter how expensive your phone is. The reason is sensor size will actually affect like your low light settings. For like I'll give you an example. Try getting a good workable video in a very low light restaurant setting or at night. You can barely see anything, or it's extremely too grainy that you don't even want anybody to see it. You always see that problem. The main problem is because of the sensor size. But whenever you're shooting on something like a DSLR or a point and shoot like this, this actually has a way bigger sensor size than the one on your phone. So this is able to like see stuff in darker situations than your cell phone. So at twilight, you might be having trouble like seeing like your face or being able to vlog. This won't have that problem, but your cell phone will. That's mainly because of sensor size. But let's move on to that. There's always a way to get around this, which is just adding some more light. You can do that with a flashlight. Some phones can take video while turning on their flash, or you just get yourself like an attachable like light for your cell phone. They have those now. Let's move on. Con number two. Boo. Con number two is something that I actually I struggle with a lot because of my main problem, which is my huge hands. I have very abnormally large hands for a person my size, and also my race, which I'm not going to tell you because we're very progressive like that. Race does not matter. It's a smaller screen and for editing and viewing. See, whenever I used to edit in film school, they would either do it on a laptop or even better on a desktop on a bigger screen. That way you can actually see the little moments and be able to cut precisely on certain scenes and cut based on emotion. See, that's actually a little hard on a cell phone because you're taking something that's this size, roughly the size of my palm, and trying to see details in your video of where you want to cut. Now, if you just want to be generally cutting from clip to clip, that's no big deal. But when you've been trained like me and some other people that I know, we really want to get down to the nitty-gritty and actually get down to that right frame between where we want to cut and where we don't want to cut. Those type of things can matter at certain situations if you want to tell a story. Remember, story is king, and you have to cut in editing based on emotion. That's really hard when screen size is really affecting your viewing. So, like, maybe that might be something you should think about whenever you're vlogging on your cell phone, maybe, or editing on your cell phone. You should probably bring it into your computer, or you could just or bring it into a tablet. That might be a better solution. Moving on. Yes, finally we're done with the cons. We're going to move on to the more positive things. which are the pros, the good stuff, why I'm actually going to continue this vlog on my cell phone like what I'm doing right now. I absolutely love vlogging on my cell phone for a vast number of reasons, but I'm going to choose the ones that I think are relevant right now. I used to vlog quite a bit, but I used this camera. Now don't get me wrong. This camera was fantastic. It did everything it needed to do, and then some. I did not expect to get a better camera than this. By the way, it's a Panasonic LX100 for those of you thinking of getting something a little more cooler than. But you can also pay $500 and get a DSLR for the same price. But I like this one because of its portability. But a cell phone is more portable. And that takes us to our first pro. Pro number one. Yay! Pro number one, it's basically an all-in-one studio. Everything you are looking for, from editing to special effects, sound mixing, the different apps that you have to go through, and also maybe some filters and everything like that can be found right on your cell phone. You don't have to be fumbling through and also they're presetted for you, so you don't have to move too much around. If you're a novice or someone that's just starting off, this is a great way to actually have high quality, great looking videos with your cell phone. It's just that you download a couple of different apps, get some great music in there. There's even apps that provide you copyright free music. Basically, your phone provides everything for you. You don't really need a laptop or even a desktop because your cell phone is so powerful nowadays. It is an all-in-one studio. The thing is, a lot of filmmakers now are starting to shoot their movies on their cell phone. Think about that. That's actually pretty cool of a notion if you think about it, because I found this interesting. If a lot of filmmakers nowadays are actually shooting their full-length films on their iPhone, and vloggers like Casey Neistat and all those guys that you see on YouTube are actually taking DSLRs and videoing their life with high-quality video equipment. So it's like everything that we thought that we would be using is now the pros are using what the consumer is using. So it's actually switched up. So actually, that's just to give you a little hope on about your gear is you already have a studio on you. Moving on to, don't see that. Pro number two. Pro number two, that is the extent of my drawing. That's why I draw happy faces instead, but that's supposed to be a thumb. Yeah, you see it, right? Yeah. Okay, moving on. Let's just move on to the next one. Pro number two, it is portable and easy to store. That's right. I actually, whenever you're walking around and you have this on you, this is pretty big. I can't fit this into my pocket as easy as I would a cell phone. This is pretty heavy too. And also, this draws attention. Whenever you're trying to do vlogging at some places, sometimes if you're in let's say the airport, you might actually get stopped by some guy thinking that you're a part of a terrorist group staking out a place. That has happened to a friend of mine, not me, because I don't have money for plane tickets, but because I'm spending it all on my cameras. But this can get heavy after a while. But if you're with your cell phone, it's more portable. You put it straight into your pocket and then you move on. And also, it looks a little inconspicuous and doesn't draw attention unless you're talking to it. But everybody talks into their cell phone anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I think that's something to consider whenever you're vlogging with your cell phone, because you have your cell phone all day with you, and you can almost never miss a moment because of how easy and how portable it is and easy to store. Well, that's it. Yay! We did it. Those are my reasons of vlogging with my cell phone right now. I really don't have any complaints other than the first two that I have, but I feel like I can solve that by either getting a tablet or a bigger cell phone. But you never know what the technology is up in store in the future. We just stay hopeful, and I know this technology is going to get better because I'm shooting this on an LG V20. I'm not even using the current LG V30. Imagine that. And for those of you who have an iPhone up there, you guys have better camera quality sometimes. We're going to get to a different discussion about that probably later. Well, I actually like doing videos, this type of video right now. It's like thinking about it. This is actually pretty cool. So we're going to move on because we're actually reaching our 10 minute mark. But remember this, gear does not matter. It does not matter at all because story is king. I'll see you guys in the next one.